Welcome along then to Interlagos as we await the green light to get today's qualifying session underway. What kind of setup will drivers be looking for around here? It's got a fair mixture of demanding corners. Is it all about finding the sweet spot in handling balance?
It's easy to make your car quick in a straight line, you just take all the downforce off. But when it comes to a track like this, you really need a bit more of a compromise. The main focus here is carrying speed through the fast-flowing corners, but you still don't want to be a sitting duck on the straight.
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three: Mia, Russell and Max Verstappen. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
Where there's a will, well, there's a way. And nowhere has that fact been better demonstrated over the years than here at Interlagos. Remember Senna winning while fighting a gearbox that was jammed in 6th? 5 Drivers' Championship deciders in a row between 2005 and 2009. And of course, the passionate Brazilian fans packing the grandstands to capacity every year. And they're not about to stop now. We're racing today then at Interlagos, a historic 2.7-mile circuit and one of the few anti-clockwise tracks on the calendar. 15 corners in total, 9 to the left and 6 to the right, with a technical middle section opening up to a flat-out Sector 3. That gives us our best passing opportunity down into Turn 1. Anthony Davidson, thanks for joining me once again for the Grand Prix. Let's talk about Mia. The last few races have been a bit rough for them, unable to get a clean run. That's got to have some effect on their confidence, surely.
It's not an ideal situation by any means. When you get into a bad run like that, there's always a risk of frustration creeping in, which can cause more mistakes and locks you into this vicious cycle. Hopefully today they can get through Turn 1 cleanly and stay calm for the rest of the race.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Mia lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Albon, Sergio Perez, and Hulkenberg, Hamilton, Raikkonen, Weber and Valtteri Bottas, Stroll, Ricciardo, Lando Norris and Sainz, Leclerc, Vettel, Robert Kubica and Kevin Magnussen. Grosjean and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care. Let's focus now for the rest of the race. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware that we will start to see a loss of power. teammate behind is 8.8 seconds. That's a new fastest lap for the race. A new strategy is available on the MFD. Understood, copy that. Showing small signs of wear, power output will be down. Valtteri sat in P9. The gap is 23.6 seconds. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:16.1. Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums. There's 11 laps of fuel remaining. lap. In this lap. Push now. Box this lap, please. Go now. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. George is in the pits. George in the pits. pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. That was very risky. We could have received a penalty. This is your final lap of the race. Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available. You've been superb all season and you've got your reward. You are the Drivers' World Champion. Congratulations.
And so the celebrations begin, and well earned they are indeed. It may have looked simple at times, but as any racing driver will tell you, competing at this level, at the very top, is anything but simple. There's no catching them now then. We have a new World Drivers' Champion. It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top drawer to take the win for Renault. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. We also crown a new champion today, as their lead at the top is now an insurmountable one. What a great year it's been for Formula One. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I'll probably go for Pierre Gasly. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in amongst the pack, but it's the driver's job to capitalise on those opportunities, and he did so with a lot of skill.
Nothing can challenge the leaders of the Constructors' Championship at this point, but so then, Renault have done it. This result puts their victory beyond any doubt, and they're champions of the world once again. It was also a strong Grand Prix from Haas F1 this weekend. Fantastic work from the American team to move themselves further up the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
First of all, congratulations, you must be thrilled. How are you feeling after that win? Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot... It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? That was an epic battle today. How do you think this will play out? Appreciate your time.
Excellent result today. Finishes like that will look good on your contract reviews. On to the next one. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation.
Here we are at the beautiful Yas Island circuit, where qualifying is about to begin. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on in the corners and max out down the straights?
Top speed is a key factor for this circuit. Even if you can achieve the same lap time as someone running less wing than you, chances are you'll find overtaking difficult if you have too much drag.
further back than we'd like, but don't worry about it. Just means more fun for us tomorrow.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Russell, Hülkenberg and Valtteri Bottas, with qualifying
Obviously, I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time. Try to make up for it in the race.
Welcome to the Yas Island circuit for the finale of another thrilling Formula One season. It's been a breathtaking year, and we end it at a track that's been the scene of many glories and heartbreaks over its short history. It's time to end the season in style. It's time for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The drivers will be racing here at the Yas Island circuit through 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass, with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and plenty of drama to be found in the laps ahead. Anthony Davidson also joins me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about Mia. They've had a fantastic campaign. It's been a wonderful year, and they come into this weekend's Grand Prix as a fully deserving champion.
It really is well deserved. I wouldn't say it's been a faultless title challenge, but certainly one that has been consistent and well managed. Here's hoping they let off a bit of steam today and give us an exciting race.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. George Russell will begin today's event from pole position, with Nico Hülkenberg alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Alexander Albon and Norris, Weber, Mir, Perez and Charles Leclerc, Hamilton, Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen and Sainz, Ricciardo, Stroll, Pierre Gasly and Kevin Magnussen. Grosjean and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, we've already won the championship, so relax and enjoy this race. Box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Right, some information on Grosjean. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. Understood, stopping this lap. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. Somewhere on the ICE, be aware that we will start to see a loss of power. Engine is looking a little worn. Power output will be less than optimal. Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled. Illegal maneuver, cede that position or will receive a penalty. You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty. engine is down. There's a significant amount of wear on the engine now. You've been awarded a time. Are you alright? Engine off, engine off. We're seeing a loss of power from the turbocharger now. Loss of power on the turbo. Okay, box. We're trailing our teammate by 13.0 seconds. Gap to car in front is 3.7 seconds. clear. Leading our teammate by 17.4 seconds. Okay, that was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're alright. Box, we're adjusting this. Green flag. What happened? Let me know you're okay. Box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Some information on Hulkenberg. They're retiring from the race. Are you alright? Engine off, engine off. Okay, that was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Good job, nice overtake. You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining. If you don't take the drive-through penalty this lap, you will be disqualified. Seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed. We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2. The gap to the car ahead is 3.2 seconds. Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race. Nice move. Good job. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Let's push harder next time, okay?
That was brilliant stuff from Racing Point today. What a superb victory. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Racing Point's performance today has shown that they can be competitive with the veterans of the sport. They're making their way out to the podium now as we speak, and the reaction from the crowd must be incredibly uplifting for them. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today, an incredible performance.
The Constructors' Championship may be a foregone conclusion at the moment, but regardless, let's look at the standings. So then, Renault have done it. This result puts their victory beyond any doubt, and they're champions of the world once again. Meanwhile, good work from Racing Point this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Nice job this season. You've been performing well, and that's putting us in a strong negotiating position contract-wise. Plus, my 10%'s getting more valuable. So enjoy your break, and keep up the good work next year. Commiserations on that result. It's been a tough weekend. We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises. They aren't coming round to that proposal. Let's try something else. I'm afraid negotiations have broken down, and there's nothing more I can do. Luckily, we had the team's original offer to fall back on, so we've agreed to those terms. We'll have another chance to negotiate down the road.
Alrighty then. Another year, another championship. I hope you're well rested. Well, as much as you can be for someone who has to spend half their life in the gym anyway. Let's get to it.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. It always looked like the kind of track that asks an awful lot of the rear tyres, such as the frequency of low-speed exits.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
Good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Mia, Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we...
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
They say that even a second is an eternity in Formula One, so going 4 winter months with no racing at all has seemed a very long time indeed. We're back though in Melbourne, home of the Australian Grand Prix since 1996. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. I'm joined today in the commentary box, as I will be throughout this season, by a great racing driver, former F1 competitor, former world champion, and as he tells me all too often, an all-round top chap. It's the one and only Anthony Davidson. And tell me, here we are, first Grand Prix of the season, first time racing these cars. What are the big questions that need to be answered here, in your view?
Oh, thanks, Crofty. It's a real privilege to be here, and I can't wait to see what's in store for us this season. Now, to answer your question, one of the biggest things is reliability. Formula One cars are full of very sophisticated but also very sensitive technology, and this first Grand Prix of the season is going to push them to the limits. So the most important thing today is to stay out of trouble, get to the end of the race and keep everything in good condition.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Mia lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Perez, Lucas Faber and Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Albon and Kevin Magnussen, Sainz, Raikkonen, Lando Norris and Russell, Bottas, Gasly, Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel. Grosjean and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
We're going to need you to push hard if we're going to get a good result today. Let's make it happen. That's a strong start. Well done. Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. D for a new strategy option. Copy that. Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Box. We're coming in this lap. race. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Sergio is in for his stop. The car behind is gaining on you by 0.5 a lap. Mediums. The time last lap was a 1 minute 31.0. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. Exit now. Laps of fuel remaining. This engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1:30.7. This is your final lap of the race. Great drive. We did it. Good job.
So as they climb out of the car, the Renault team are ready and waiting to celebrate what was a thoroughly deserved win. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Renault team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their drivers walk out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Mia takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, Lance Stroll would be my pick. He managed to keep a cool head today whilst pushing through the field.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Renault move up and take the championship lead. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you? So talk us through what happened between you and your rival today. Great. Well, that's everything.
Great work this weekend. It was fantastic to see you up on that podium. Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you choose to take him on, it might help get your name out there a bit.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. And it's an absolute pleasure to be joined once again by Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Mir. No grid penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hülkenberg, Norris, Alexander Albon and Ricciardo, Russell, Bottas, Verstappen and Pierre Gasly, Hamilton, Stroll, Carlos Sainz and Faber, Vettel, Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen and Robert Kubica. Mir and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish. That's a good start. Keep it up. was the DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Green flag. A new strategy is available on the MFT. Copy. Our gap to the car in front is 2.5 seconds. Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the mediums. clear. boxing this lap. Box, we're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap. Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Go now. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. You'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track. Sergio is in the pits. Gap ahead is 3.2 seconds. Has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre. Maneuver. You made it look easy. Distance between yourself and the car behind. The gap is 30.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1 minute 58.9. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. The difference is 38.5 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. The time last lap was a 1:37.3. The drivers we're racing are Albon and Perez. First position, front of the pack, Sergio behind. Our gap behind is 1.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. 2 laps left. Next time by will be your final lap. Got 2 laps of fuel left. This is your final lap of the race. Worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
Renault have pulled off a sublime performance to secure the top step of the podium today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Once again, it's podium time, and once again, it's a clear win for Renault. Renault have seen their fair share of success in Formula One, and today is proof that they've still got what it takes to thrill us all. Congratulations to everyone on the team. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Mia increases their championship lead. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Mia. Look at where they finished compared to where they started. It's not easy to cut through the field like that in Formula One, so it was a great effort.
Let's move on to the constructors. Renault's lead continues to grow at the head of the table. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy? You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimate? You had a close battle today, didn't you? You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there? Great. Well, that's everything.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up.
Welcome to Shanghai, China, for what I've no doubt is going to be a fantastic F1 qualifying session. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Engine off, engine off. Sorry about that. Just wasn't our day.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three. Leclerc, Perez and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Tough luck there. It's not quite where we'd want to be on the grid, but chin up, it's not the end of the world.